We have some really big changes coming up this week.
Hey guys.
We've been working a little bit and ta-da!
Ta-da!
We did that. It's not secured though.
Yeah, don't be too disappointed. We still have a lot of work to do. We just bought some boards and set it on here. This one even still has the plastic on it. We're gonna take you around and show you what we've been working on.
So we have these cabinet faces up and we still need to paint them, but we're gonna have the drawers on top or inset with these, we're not sure yet. And we put up this wall. We are gonna cover it. We bought some sticky fake tile and I think it'll look nice. We bought like a thicker version. We'll see when it comes in today if it's gonna work, but I think we can just stick it on here. I hope it's adhesive enough, but that's fun. And then obviously the countertop, and we have a backsplash. We're gonna have another piece right here. We're gonna stain all of that. So we have a lot of cuts we need to make on this. We'll have a sink and a gas burner stove. And this needs to flip up for our television, which is supposed to go on the inside of that, and then you lift it up and it's here. You put it down, it's hidden. That's the idea, we'll see if it works. And other than that, we need to stain it, and we're probably gonna put some kind of oil on it. We'll see, we'll get to all that later this week.
It's a little messy back here, but I want to show you what I've been working on. Ooh. All right, if you stick your head back here, you can see this brand new box. And no, it's not for our laundry hamper. It's for our propane tank. We mentioned it last video, but we had plans on running the propane tank outside the bus, but we're kind of running out of time and supplies, and we just decided to put it inside. So to do that, you have to be careful because like these tanks are not meant for the indoors. They could leak and that could cause a big problem. So the solution people come up with, and the solution that we followed, was you build a box, you make it airtight as possible, and you make an exhaust hole in the bottom so that the heavy propane, if it leaks, it'll sink down and then flow outside the bus and hopefully keep your cabin, you know, as safe as can be. So this is what we've got. I've got 2 latches with some airtight sealant around it, and you can just pop it open like this. So that's kind of what we've been up to. We still have a lot left to do.
The next thing we want to work on is the kitchen, specifically the countertop, and that's going to take a while to get done, but we'll speed it up for you guys. Do you see our new kitchen? It's so nice. We have the countertop and we have the sink installed with no drain, and we still have to install the faucet. And we also got the gas stove working. We did the little soap and water test on the lines and all the fittings to make sure that there's not a propane leak. And it looks like we're good, smells like we're good. We'll keep an eye on it going forward though. The worst looking part of the kitchen is this wall. So we're gonna work on trying to make it look a little bit nicer. And when I mentioned the soapy water test, it's basically where you spray any fittings for a propane line with soap and water, and if there is a leak, you should be able to see bubbles coming out of the fitting. When we sprayed ours, we didn't see any bubbles, so we think we're good to go.
Building out this skoolie with Natalie has been one of the most rewarding things that I've done. And Natalie and I are really proud of everything that we've built into the bus, but sometimes it feels like we might be cutting too many corners. And so I just had this nagging feeling. I haven't been able to stop thinking about the water tanks and how there might be more that we could do to protect them. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna drop the water tanks, and I bought some more angle irons and sheet metal that I'm going to add up under the water tanks to prevent scratches, scrapes, and the heat from the exhaust getting to them. I would like to do more. I had more plans of buying more metal to almost entirely encase the tanks, but unfortunately at this part of our build, money is becoming more and more of a factor. So I kind of bought what we could afford right now, and maybe in the future, if there's still problems, we can try to fix it later. But hopefully this will just get us by and get us on the road, because in the end, we just want to get on the road. That's our goal here.
So there's a quick update on our bus mechanical issues. So in our last video, you might remember we had an issue where we had to jump start the bus, and basically our batteries that we bought about 4 months ago are totally dead. Luckily, these batteries that we have are on a 12-month warranty, so we went back to the mechanic. We learned our lesson from the last time, and we did not take our bus there. We just unhooked the batteries and left them with them because we knew if we left the bus there, we weren't gonna see it for like a week. So we are on our way to go pick up our new batteries covered under warranty, and this time we're gonna install a battery kill switch on each of them so that this doesn't happen again. We just got back from the mechanic where we picked up 2 new batteries for free, which is great. I hope that these will be fine. We put little marks on the old ones just to make sure that they actually switched them out. We're still gonna have to install the kill switches before we actually hook these up and try them out, but we're gonna try and get that done really soon because we're anxious to see if it works. But it's nice to have them and that it didn't cost us anything extra.
I never thought I'd have to drop one of these so soon. It was pretty much just as hard as I thought it would be, but I got it down. Off camera, I attached some rubber strips around where the metal beams press up against it. And then I also added this sheet metal on the underside as well as this angle iron to kind of protect this edge here. This is the lower of the 2 tanks I have, since this is the 55 gallon. So this one is the one I'm more worried about the scrapes and whatnot. I've got the sheet metal. It should take a few hits and I feel like we would notice before anything goes horribly wrong, so that's kind of the plan. Like I mentioned earlier, we're kind of doing this on a budget, so I'd like to add more protection in the future, but for now this is kind of what we have. For the other one, I've decided I'm not gonna drop it. It's hugging a little bit more snugly against the I-beams that the bus has, so I'm not worried about scraping. I'm a little worried about the heat, so I'm gonna buy some type of heat protectant sheet that I'll put in between the muffler and the tank. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll just add some type of heat wrap later. But this one is starting to look really good. It looks very secure, and I feel a lot more confident about driving down bumpy roads with this thing on. One thing I am gonna do to protect against the rough bolt edges is I've got an old garden hose I'm gonna cut up and kind of feed around the edges and zip tie to it so that when the tank is full and it starts to bulge out, it's not rubbing up against the threads of the bolt.
We just replaced our batteries, so we've hooked up the new ones, we've got the kill switch installed, and we're about to try to start the bus for the first time with our new batteries and with the kill switch. So, wish us luck. All right, Jimmy.
All right, should I start it?
Yes.
All right, let's try it. Ready?
I'm ready. Yes! Yay!
That's awesome.
Yes! It works!
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Man.
No fires.
Oh yeah. Gotta make sure there aren't any fires. We have a fire extinguisher nearby just in case, but I think it's fine. Not really worried about it, but Jimmy's checking just to be safe. Sorry, I know there's a lot of background noise, but this is just so exciting. I had to share it. I don't know what I was gonna do if it didn't start. I think I'd probably actually cry a little bit. So I'm glad that it did. This is really nice. I hope that it doesn't drain again because those were new batteries that we just replaced. I think the kill switch will fix our problem though. I think we're good to go, but I hope I didn't just jinx it. So I think when I talked about it earlier, I mentioned that we were gonna install a kill switch per each battery, but thankfully Jimmy figured out a way to just have one switch for both batteries, so that'll be a lot simpler going forward.
All right, we are over the moon that we got it working with our brand new batteries.
It's such a weight off of my chest to know that we've got new batteries, we shouldn't have any issues. I might be overselling it here because we don't know if we're in the clear yet, but it seems good right now.
Yeah, give us about 2 weeks and then we'll know, but I mean,
That's true.
I think this has solved it, so my fingers are crossed. But we're hot, we're sweaty, we're hungry, so we're gonna call it a day for now. We're gonna go inside, get some dinner, and we'll pick you back up in the morning.
Good morning. We're back out the next day. It's like 10 a.m. It's so hot already. I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but I have this iced coffee in here and it is literally, there's steam coming off of it because it's so hot outside. I always have like iced coffee in a Starbucks cup, but I actually got this cup for free on my birthday in January, like 7 months ago. And I've been reusing it pretty much every day, where I just make coffee into it at home. And that might be a little bit gross, but
She does wash it.
I do wash it, yeah. I definitely wash it as well as I can, but I just like it. It's the perfect size. I can see it in real life, but yeah, I don't know if that comes across, but trust me, it's steaming. We wanted to have like a subway tile kind of look on our kitchen wall that's up next to the counter, and so now that the counter's in, we can start putting in these peel and stick tiles that we bought. They're supposed to be a little bit three-dimensional, and this is actually the second batch of this that we bought. The first one that we bought, we will have to return because we wanted a dark gray color, and the color we got was very light. Also, the way that they did the grout lines were really inconsistent, where I guess actually the problem is they were consistent, where there was a grout line around every single tile. See, this has no grout lines. Whereas on this side, it does have grout lines, which is great because whenever you line them up next to each other, they will only have one and there won't be any doubles. So I want to test to make sure that the wall we have up in the kitchen right now is going to adhere to these sticky tiles, because otherwise we might need to redo it so that the smooth side is facing out. So I cut a couple little pieces and I'm going to test a small piece of the sticky tile and see if it sticks to one of these better than the other, so that we know which side of the wall to face outwards. Okay, so I think either way would be fine. If I really dig my fingernail up underneath the sticky part, I can get them to peel up just a little bit on either texture, but that seems reasonable. They both seem to hold up pretty well. I guess if we were to redo the wall again, I might go with having the smooth side facing out, but honestly, the really textured side, even though it's not exactly what the instructions say to use, they kind of get you to steer clear of rough textures, it seems to stick just fine. Like, it's not really gonna come off easily, so I think we're good to move forward the way that we did the wall.
Ooh, that's what it's gonna look like. That looks really good. And then these pieces can just go
Wow.
kind of like that. That's not bad. I like that.
Gosh, I can't wait to see that in place.
That's really nice.
Yeah. That's pretty good for a sticker.
Yeah, honestly. All right. We're definitely going to have to buy more, but this will get us started.
We just used up all the sticky tiles that we ordered. No surprises here, but we're gonna have to buy an extra box, but it's only 1 day shipping. We just cut a hole for our light switch to go in. We've had this light switch hooked up for months and we've been using it, but it's just been dangling, and it'll be nice to have it in a solid spot where you don't have to go fish through the wires to turn on the light.
I'm actually really excited about this.
It's something we actually already use every day in the bus.
Yeah.
Alright, do you think it works?
I really hope so. I don't want to take it apart again. Can I flip it?
Yeah.
There you
Yay!
go. We didn't break anything.
Awesome.
I'm going to trim this up a little bit.
It's killing me not being able to pull those little protective plastic sheets off, so it's probably smart to cut it because it's driving me nuts. It's so fun when you can pull off those little sheets and then you have just like a fresh whatever's underneath it. There's one still on the light switch up there, and there's one on every single splotch of tile that we've put up. But we want to wait until tomorrow when we can put in the rest of the tiles, and then we'll take all the plastic coverings off at once. Now that looks a lot better. That's going to drive me crazy a little less.
So I can't wait to take. When do we take this one off?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
All right. gosh, I could just take it off real quick.
Don't. I'll be mad at you real quick. It's starting to look like a kitchen in here.
That is really nice to actually have a real light switch.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So the next thing on our list for the kitchen is to install the sink faucet. And fun fact, this is actually the first purchase we made after buying the bus. It went on sale, we were just super excited, and this is something we knew, we were confident about this kitchen sink. So I'm excited to see it finally in its place, almost a year later. The faucet's in and it works. There's this pretty cool feature we weren't sure if it was gonna work out for our build.
All right, check this out. So you just unhook it, throw it around, and then boom, you got an outside shower. It's not bad.
It's a good option.
It's a good way to test it.
Could you rest it outside and like, would it stay?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad.
Not at all. That's so cool. And we have the propane hooked up, so the hot water works as well. I guess the only thing really left for the sink is the drain.
Natalie and I decided a couple days ago that, can I tell them about the shower?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
We gotta get a verbal commitment in.
So Natalie and I decided a couple days ago that she would be taking over the shower project. So she's gonna figure out how to run the drain lines for the shower as well as the sink while she's at it. And she's in charge of making that whole room waterproof.
Yep, that's gonna be a whole thing, because our shower will be kind of interesting, but we'll get into that later in another video very soon. Jimmy has all the experience with mounting the freshwater tank, so I'm probably gonna make him mount the gray water tank too, but you know, I'll still help. I'm excited to take on my own project. I've taken on other projects, but this is just such a foreign one.
Yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully it'll be like a nice contained project.
It should be contained. If it's contained, then I've done it right.
That's a good point. So we're gonna go inside and get some dinner and let some things dry. And then tomorrow we should be able to come out here and install the last part of our kitchen counter. Hi, good morning guys. It's bright and early. Today we're gonna start off by installing our flip-up countertop.
We gotta get the lights, if they'll turn on. Nope. I don't know what's going on lately, but whenever I turn on the lights, they don't come on. Or if they do, it takes a couple hours. But if Jimmy tries it, they'll come on, or at least one of them will. So I don't know what the trick is here. I must be missing something.
All right, let me try the lights. Nothing.
You lost your magic.
Oh, one came on.
Oh! How do you do that? I don't get it.
It's the magic touch.
You know what? That one probably came on from when I flipped the switch before. That's probably me.
I've got video proof that it didn't.
We have a kitchen, mostly. You can still see there's cabinets and drawers that we need to put in, but this is crazy. This looks completely different than it did just a week ago. It's so nice. We put in the countertop. It's been stained and we treated it with teak oil. We installed the gas stove and it works. It ignites really, really well because we have a chock full propane tank, so the flame is huge right now. We also have our sink faucet and our actual sink. The only thing we're missing for that is a drain, which is a pretty important thing to be missing, but we'll work on it. We have our flip-up countertop ready to go. We don't have the TV in it yet, and we also don't have a way to hook it in place, but ta-da! So it flips up. We want to put our TV on here, but we're not out of the woods yet because this is only like 1-inch edge glued panel. It might not be strong enough to hold up our entire TV, so we're not done with it yet. We're not sure if it's gonna work 100%, but this is definitely what we were going for with this. It looks nice when it's down too. I really like it because it gives us a huge, spacious kitchen countertop, but it's not wasted space because it's versatile and can be used for our TV, and it is in the perfect spot directly across from where our couch is gonna be.
All right, so we're gonna wait for the rest of the stick-on tile to come in, and while we're waiting, I think I'm gonna spend my time putting in the gray water tank in preparation for next week.
It just started pouring down rain. We were inside waiting for the tiles to come in, but at this rate, I don't know if we're gonna be able to install them today because it's obviously gonna be really humid and I don't wanna try to get them to stick with all this going on. So we're closing up shop. As soon as those tiles get in and as soon as we're not getting rained on, we're gonna put those in.
Signing off?
Yeah, what, do you wanna?
All right, we'll pick you back up next week.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.